Today I would like to share with you the pattern of this fantastic market or net bag. That's very easy to make it. You just need some yarn, hook, and you can make it of different colors, color combination, sizes. So let's get started. So we are going to start with a slip knot. If you know how to make it, do by yourself. If not, I show you one of the possible ways. Just grab the yarn, hold with the thumb, make an X, turn, grab your hook, go and grab the second yarn and release. And now we are going to chain. We are going to chain 29. So yarn over, pull through the loop on the hook. That's your first chain. Second, third, fourth, and continue until you have 29. I have chained 29, and now I'm going to measure in centimeters. So it's around 15, 16 centimeters. So I'm going to show you how to start the first row. Yarn over, and now we are going to count the one after the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 3 chains after the hook, and insert into the fourth one. Try to insert under 2 yarns so you don't have a big hole. Insert, grab the yarn and make 1 double crochet. So now we have chain 3, 1 double crochet, and we are going to make another 4 double crochet into the same space. Insert, grab the yarn, 3, wait 1 second, so I have 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 double crochet we have into the same loop, and now we chain 1 and move to the next chain. So 1, 2, and we continue with double crochet into the each chain until we have our last chain, and here we also make an increase of 6. So 6 double crochet into the same chain as we made at the beginning. So just continue 1 double crochet in each stitch. So I have arrived at the end. So as to remind you, here we have 6 double crochet. Then if we don't count these 6, we have another 24 double crochet until the last stitch, and here we are going to make an increase of 6 double crochet into the same stitch. So 1, 2 into the same one, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6 double crochet into the same stitch. Here we have our tail. We can put it on top of this row and crochet it together. So I'm moving to the next chain, and I must have, not counting this 6, I must have until the end of the row 24. So just make 1 double crochet, keep the yarn on the top so you crochet it together, and continue with 1 double crochet into each stitch. So we have 2. So I have finished our first row, and in total you must have 60 double crochet all around. Starting from this one, you have 24, 24, so it's 48, and 6 plus 6. So in total you must have 60 double crochet. And now we are going just to slip stitch into our third chain. So here we count 1, 2, 3, and we slip stitch into the third chain. Just grab the yarn and pull through 2 loops on the hook. That's it. And now we are going to start our second row with an increase. So we are going to make an increase in each stitch. As we see here, in each one of these 6 we are going to make an increase. Increase means 2 double crochet into the same stitch. So I'm going to start with chain 3 as usual. 1, 2, 3, and into the same stitch where I slip stitch, I'm going to make another double crochet. So in total on the sides you must have 12 double crochet. 2. So here I have 5, yes, and in each stitch I'm going to put double crochet 2 times, so an increase. 2, another 2 double crochet into the next stitch, and another one. So continue. So I have 2, 4, 6, 10, and the last increase. So now I crochet 12 double crochet here, and now I continue with 1 double crochet in each stitch until we have here 6 double crochet. So just continue with 1 double crochet into each stitch. After I have crocheted 12, I crochet another 24. Now I have another 6, and you have just to make an increase in each stitch. So like that, 1 time, second time, third time, fourth, fifth, and into the last one another increase. So we double our 6 double crochet here, and we got 12 on the side, and we continue until the end of the row with 1 double crochet in each stitch. So we have finished our second row, and now we have 24 and 24. You will always have 24 in the middle, and here you will have just increased. So you got 24 plus 24 and plus 12 plus 12, so plus another 24. So you have 72 stitches, right? So 72 stitches, 72 double crochet all around. So in our third row, we are going to make increase in each of these once again. So in total, we must have 24 on the side. So we are going to slip stitch into where we had chain 3. Just slip stitch and chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and into the same where you slip stitch into the same chain, you must make another double crochet. And we are going to make an increase in each of these 12 stitches. So in total you must have 24. We already got 2, and we must have 24. So I move to the next stitch, make an increase. I have 4, and so on and so forth until you have 24. So I have here 24 stitches, and now I continue with 1 double crochet until I don't get here where I have 12 double crochet, and you must make an increase here as well to get 24. Continue, and we finish this row. So we have crocheted 3 rows of our base, and we have the last one. The last one says that we have to alternate increase, so not in each stitch we will make increase, but in each second stitch. So increase, no increase, increase, no increase. And then we will start to crochet the side of the net bag. So just chain 1, 2, 3 as usual, but this time we are not making increase, so we are moving to the next stitch, and into the next stitch we are going to make an increase. Now we are moving to the next stitch, and we are not making an increase. Just 1 double crochet, and into the next one you are making an increase. So you must have 36 double crochet. after you finish this side, and then you switch back to 24 and then continue here with 1 increase and 1 double crochet. So in total, after you finish the 4th row, you must have 120 double crochet. So I decided to show you again. I have already here 36 double crochet, now 24, then here's 36 and 24, and in total you will have 120 double crochet, and we will finish our base. So the base of our net bag is ready, and now I'm going to measure it. I have, let's say, 25 centimeters of length and 8 centimeters wide. So now I'm going to show you the net part. For the net part, you have to first chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The next step, you have to skip 2 stitches. So we have 1 stitch, 2nd stitch, and we insert into the 3rd one, yarn over, and make 1 double crochet. So you get a square like that. If you have a thinner yarn and maybe you want to have a smaller hole or bigger hole, you can experiment by deciding if you want to have chain 2, for example, if your yarn is thicker, and skip 1, or chain 3, and you can decide by yourself. I decided to chain 3, skip 2, and 1 double crochet. So you can see the size of the hole and see if it's the one you are looking for. I could have just chain 2, and you see that the size of the netting changes a little bit. So this is chain 3, this is chain 2, and if you skip, for example, chain 3, if I skip 3 stitches, it also changes a bit. So you can choose the one that suits you, and depends on how many stitches you have on the base. For me, I found out that I prefer chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and insert into the 3rd one, and I will continue like that. So here I have chain 2, chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and 1 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, yarn over, skip 2 stitches, and 1 double crochet. That's how it will be, the whole. So I will continue until I'm here to show you how to finish the row. So I have finished the 1st row of netting, and now I have just 2 stitches left, and here I have a chain of 6. So I have to chain 1, 2, 3, and insert my hook into the 3rd chain here, and just slip stitch. So I get the same net here. Then you chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, always 6 at the beginning of the row, 1 double crochet into where you had double crochet. So just double crochet, then you continue 1, 2, 3, and 1 double crochet where you had the double crochet of the previous row, and you continue like that, 1, 2, 3, and you continue until here. Do the same thing, insert your hook into the 3rd chain to make a slip stitch, and can start another row. So I will show you later once again, but I think it's very clear how the netting works. I finished the 2nd row, and I will do the same thing as we did when I finished 1st row. Just chain 3, find the 3rd stitch, the 3rd chain, sorry, and slip stitch. And now you're going to chain 6 and continue. So you continue like that until you have the length you want for the netting, and then I show you how many rows I crochet. Probably later I change the color, so I will crochet for now around 20 rows. So 1, 2, and another 18 rows. Right now I crocheted 20 rows, and that will be half of my bag, because half of it will be light blue, and I will measure to give you some directions. So I have from this part to net part, I have 23 centimeters or 27, like the total length. And here I'm already 34. So you can continue with monocolor, like just continue with the color you started, or if you want half, you can start from row 21 to row 38, 39 with the different color, and then I show you how to crochet the handles and finish the bag. So we just change the color and we continue with the same way of crocheting netting as before. So here I will undo a bit. So my slip stitch, I'm going to finish with light blue color. So I grab the end, another one, and go into slip stitch with the light blue. So I already can cut the blue yarn and continue with the light blue. Just as usual, and tie your ends, chain 6, and you already know how to crochet. And then when you will have to weave the ends here, normally in this pattern I just weave the end in between double crochet, that will not be seen or you can also weave in the chain, you know. So later I will show you my way to hide the ends, but you can make it as you already learned or as you prefer. So let's go on until you have like I'm starting row 21 of netting, and around 38, 39 I will come back to you if I see that that length will be enough for my bag. So I have crocheted less rows than I planned. In total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows of light color and 20 rows of dark blue color. If you feel that you want more rows, that you want bigger size, you can continue as long as you need to. There is no strict guidance or rules. So right now I'm going to show you how we are going to finish the bag and make the handles. So for reference, I'm going to measure my bag so you know how long I have. 39 centimeter. If I put like that, folded the base. So 39 is just from net part to net part. I have just 35, and that's enough for me. So right now we are going to start to crochet with single crochet. So just chain 1 and into the chain space you have to make 2 single crochet. Then 1 into the double crochet and 2 single crochet and 1 like that. So it will look like that. Since I crochet with 2 colors, I'm going to alternate later with a dark blue color. If you crochet with 1 color, just use 1 color. So you can continue like that until the end of this row. 2 single crochet into the chain space and 1 on top of double crochet of the previous row. So just continue. Arrived at the point where I have my first chain 1, and now I have to slip stitch, but I want to change the color, so I just use another color. So I go to the chain 1 of the previous row, of the beginning of the row, and change the color. So I can start with a new color, and I can put the tail of the new color on top. So I crochet it together. Now chain 1, and we continue with single crochet in each single crochet that we see here. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch. And continue like that until the end of this row. So I have finished this row, and now I'm going to switch back to light blue color. As you already know, just find the one the slip stitch and use light blue or whatever color you want. If you are using one color, you don't have to do this procedure. And now you can chain one and continue as before. We will crochet 2 more rows of one light blue and another dark blue, and then we start the handles. So crochet 2 rows by yourself, and we meet when we have to start the handles itself. I have finished to crochet 4 rows, so now we are starting the handles. And to make handles we need some markers. You can use any kind of markers, including even the yarn. Just insert a small piece of yarn or any marker you find. So you need, from this one where we start our row, you must count 30 stitches and put a marker. Then count another 30 stitches and put second marker. And after 30 stitches again, you put third marker. And here we have 30 stitches as well. So it's just 30, 30, 30. So I explain again. Here is where our row starts. 30 stitches, marker. 30 stitches, marker. 30 stitches, marker. And now we are starting with the single crochet until we arrive to our first marker. So I will continue with light blue color, and sorry for the noise. Now just chain one and make one single crochet in each stitch. So we crochet until the marker. If you had more than 120 stitches, you can divide it into different numbers, maybe 40 here and 60 if you had more stitches, because maybe if you had thinner yarn, you had more increases. So just divide into proportional numbers between the handles, and you must have an even number of stitches to do that right. So there is no strict number of stitches. If you have 140 stitches, you can have 40, and then 60. So it just depends on the number of stitches you have. I just divided them into equal parts because I had 120 stitches, and I thought like that it will be the good proportion for my bag. So I have arrived until my first marker. Now I'm going to remove it and chain for the handle. I always say to chain slightly loose, so because later we will work into back bumps, or use one hook that is larger than the one you are using for the bag, or crochet or chain just a bit loosely. So I will chain around 100 because I want long handles, or you can chain even 90 or 80, depends how long you want and how is your yarn. I have chained 100, and now I'm going to measure the length of my chain. So it's around, wait 1 second, around 53 centimeters. So that's enough for me, and I'm going to continue until the next marker. So we are going to attach this chain where you had your next marker, so it looks like that. So remove the marker first, and so I just single crochet into the stitch where I had the marker, and now I continue to single crochet until the next marker. I will start the same chain of 100 there and attach it to the point where my row starts. So let's continue with single crochet. Until the marker. You could use also double crochet stitch if you want to work faster, but I like the look of single crochet, so I use this stitch. You can always use and rely on your own creativity. Try. If you don't like later, you can redo. Don't worry to experiment. Then you will learn different designs and expand your creativity. So I arrived where I have the marker, and here I will do the same. I just chain 100, but first I remove it, single crochet, and I chain 100 rather loosely. So I have chained 100 here, and now I'm going to single crochet it into the same stitch where I slip stitch. Let me make something like that. And now I slip stitch into the next stitch. So it will have a look like this one. But since now I want to change the color to the dark blue instead of this light blue, I just take the dark blue color. So now it's very easy, and after we fixed everything, you just single crochet all around. So just continue until the handles, and I show you how to crochet into the bumps here. Arrived where I started my handle, and now you see that the chain has this normal side and the back side, and there are horizontal bumps that you can see, back bumps. You must go with your hook under them and just single crochet. If you crochet the chain too tight, it will be a bit harder, so you can try to use smaller size hook. If you chain loosely, it will not be so hard. Just go with your hook, grab the yarn, We are doing that because I want to have a nice finished look like this for the handle. If you don't care, you can even crochet easily into the chain, and then you will have a bit different look, so the bumps will be visible. But if you want to have this look of the chain, so it's better to crochet into the bumps, and then you will have chain here and chain on this side. Depends how you like it, and continue like that until several rows. I will crochet 3 rows more, so in total I will have 4 rows. So I have crocheted the handles, and now I show you how to weave the stitches, the tails of the yarn. I already cut them, and now just go to the other side, and probably you already have knowledge how to do that. Normally I just take the hook and put it on the other side, all the tails, and just, you know, grab and go in between the stitches. So you can even do something like that. Or use tapestry needle if you need to. So you can put it in between the stitches, or instead of hook you can use. So just try to hide them in random order, so you know that it will not undo. So I can even, probably I will take the needle. So just take this type of needle and you can go in a random order, even something like that. It doesn't matter in which stitch exactly. So I just show it for beginners maybe who have some questions. I'm sure that many of my followers, they already know how to do that. That's it. And then you can cut the yarn even shorter. And believe me, it will not undo. I already made many of net bags. So that's it. The bag is ready. I hope you like my tutorial and you enjoy crocheting this bag. Subscribe to my channel, and later I share more beautiful patterns with you. So right now I cannot show you the full size because I broke my selfie stick and I'm just trying to shoot like this. But I'm sure you also got nice net bags you can share with me, and you can join my Telegram to show me some pictures because I'm really curious. And see you again next time.